100% pick rate on Brawlhalla. And yeah, that's right. simpLe has been playing 100% Brawlhalla for the last 5 major tournaments.
Yeah, and you're being able to see here that maybe a little bit of a switch is exactly what simpLe needs to kind of make things happen. Because again, like you said, second power rank versus third power rank for top 8 here, and simpLe is not the kind of player to just go down quietly. He's gonna fight, and he's gonna make sure that people know that he's here to not just get top 8, but to win the whole thing.
Absolutely. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far from simpLe. Struggling a little bit though. Swatta getting the better of him on that hammer with that grounded gameplay so far. Swatta now looking for the KO, trying to find that sword recovery or something of the likes. Any D-Light combo now should be enough, and there it is. D-Light recovery coming out from the sword. That's going to be the first KO coming onto simpLe, and Swatta has a very comfortable lead, but then again, we're talking about Mordex. Mordex could be able to find a lot of damage super quickly.
Yeah, I mean, you just kind of look, I mean, again, this pick here from simpLe is super significant. In the past, few tournaments, like really few tournaments, like you said, he's really only been picking the Bovar. He picked Terros twice. That's it, he picked it twice. And so this Tai Lung here really trying to do something, but Swatta might have just accidentally hit himself, and that is an advantage gone from Swatta. A huge misplay from his part.
That could be a detrimental mistake. That's giving simpLe their opportunity. We got it back. You have a second chance now to just, you have a completely evened out situation. You have a second chance to be able to bring this to your favor now, simpLe. Swata gonna have to fight very hard to regain that kind of advantage that they had coming out from the first stock. simpLe has been playing very cleanly on those gauntlets so far, barely getting hit and getting Swata all the way down to red. There it is, Swata finally finding that sword there. Goes all the way for that ground pound, now giving Swata the opportunity for an offstage. This is looking scary. There's a lot of back and forth going on, but simpLe has been coming in with a very confident and strong performance so far.
Yeah, and it's on, like I said, it's on the Tai Lung no less, but I mean, he's played so many Bodvar games. He is like, in my mind, he is like the Bodvar player. Like, when you think of Bodvar, you think of simpLe. And so simpLe definitely knows this character inside and out. So it only makes sense that when he's playing against the Bodvar, he also knows what to do, and he knows the weaknesses inside and out. As you can see, there's simpLe just juggling Swatta around, taking him down to one stock here. simpLe doing such a good job of containing Swatta. And again, like I said, I mean, he knows this character. He's the guy.
Absolutely knows how to play around all of those options. A sword inlight to the face, though, that's going to be quite difficult to punish. But oh man, no, this could be so bad. Okay, that could have been so much worse. Very clean recovery from Swata to be able to get back from that. But simpLe had an opportunity for a KO there, especially on those gauntlets. You don't want to be off stage without a lot of options against those gauntlets. You could have been going down there, but Swata will be taking down simpLe instead. Both players now on their last stock to try and differentiate and decide this first game of the set to see who can grab themselves that advantage so far. Right now, the game advantage definitely belongs to simpLe.
Yeah, and in these tense situations, I mean, there's not a lot of players that I would want to go up against at this caliber, but simpLe is one of the ones I probably want to go up against the least. His understanding of the game, is just very strong. And I feel like in a situation like this, I feel like simpLe is definitely the person you want to have on your team in these tense situations where there's a lot of neutral game going on, a lot of movement, not a whole lot of crazy things happening. But simpLe dodges into the down sig there, and he makes a misplay, and Swata will barely take game 1 away from him. Despite having that misplay early on, Swata is able to punish simpLe's dodge, and that was a very aggressive option, I think, from simpLe, and it did get fairly punished.
Absolutely. We're gonna have to see if simpLe is going to be swapping off from that pick now, but I definitely liked what I was seeing. simpLe's Mordex, I mean, this is a little bit interesting. This could potentially be what they have been working on during this off-season, and I don't know if they're going to be picking it again. Obviously, the Brawlhalla would be the more consistent option for them, as that's the legend that they know inside and out, as we've said now multiple times. Yeah, it looks like we have a little bit of technical difficulties right now, and we're gonna have a little bit of a hold up before the next game starts.
Yeah, I mean, you look at this game here, and it's like, you know, he's doing a lot of work here on this Tai Lung, and unfortunately, you know, he wasn't able to close it out. But I still think that, you know, he was doing very, very good on it. And, you know, like you said, if this is what he's working on in the off season, then I think that there's definitely so much more that he can do. And he is going to stay on the Tai Lung there, so he is going to go into game 2 with that in mind. And again, I don't think the problem was that he was playing bad at all. I mean, I think it was just a couple of misplays here and there. Same with Swatta, and it's just those little misplays has such a huge impact on how the game resulted. So very, I think his Tai Lung is a very good pick on him, and I think he's going to continue to do well on it.
Absolutely, it is what they're going to be continuing to rock. You know, you got a little bit rough around the edges, maybe specifically against Swata. Got to fix up some of those mistakes, and then you got yourself a very, very solid pick. So that's what they're going to be running again as we are running it back into the second game. Swata will be sticking to the same pick as well. A little bit of a repeat of what we just saw.
Yeah, and we're going on to Brawlhalla here. A very interesting map indeed for, you know, a lot of the Brawlhalla community. So we are gonna get into game right now. They're just gonna kind of, you know, fill each other out like you said. But, you know, game 1 going over to Swata. I mean, if you're someone like simpLe, I mean, you've been in this situation numbers and numbers of times. The mental game is super, super important for something like Brawlhalla. And he's definitely not going to let something like that get him down. But Swata,
oh my god,
unable to come back to the stage, and first strike goes to simpLe. This has been yet again. Did he have a recovery?
I have absolutely no idea. I mean, I certainly did not expect Swata to be going down that quickly, but there it is. simpLe gonna use this opportunity to the absolute maximum, go for that offstage play as well. And ladies and gentlemen, it has been 40 seconds, and we are seeing 3 stocks against 1. simpLe is only on yellow.
I looked away for 2 seconds, and Swata's down 2 stocks. Oh god, it's crazy. I don't know, man. I mean, this happens. I mean, it definitely happens. It definitely happens.
Absolutely strong start coming out from simpLe so far. Gotta only find one more KO, and there it is. simpLe with a 1 minute and 9 seconds 3 stock, not even taking 100 damage. We're seeing double digits of damage applied to simpLe. I like this Mordex pick. I want to see this Mordex pick a lot more, and it looks like simpLe is giving me exactly what I want as we're seeing them locking it in again, which obviously makes sense after that incredible performance.
I mean, yeah, I agree, but I definitely also think that Swata definitely had like an off game there. That there was just so many uncharacteristic things that were happening there, and you know, you can't let that stuff get you down. So unfortunately, that is, you know, 1 game all rather than 2. And yeah, as you can see, he's already back in it, taking him down very easily. And first strike will go to Swata, rushing off that last game, saying, "Yeah, that happened. That didn't really matter. I'm back in it."
Absolutely. Swata with an incredibly strong start. This is a very difficult situation to tackle for simpLe, having such a disadvantage. A similar situation to what Swata had to deal with earlier. So there's a lot of back and forth happening throughout this set so far. simpLe is able to get themselves a little bit of a repeat of being able to pop off like that, though. This is definitely still very, very possible for them. There it is, a downlight recovery nair, double nair, almost triple nair coming out from Swata. Swata is using this confidence to the absolute maximum, looking incredibly comfortable.
Yeah, this is definitely a weird set going on. There's a lot of things happening.
Yeah.
Swata was doing well. You know, he got game 1.
What dimension?
And then he fell down game 2. And game 3 is coming in. You know, Guns of Blaze really, you know, coming into his own here. And like I said, that's the kind of mental you gotta have, and now simpLe's down to his last stock here on this Tai Lung.
Yeah, what dimension are we in? We are seeing Swata and simpLe now competing for top 8, and simpLe is on Mordex. Like, there are 3 things right now that were not expected, but yet they are happening. And Swata putting up an insanely good fight so far, looking very strong on that sword, dealing this damage left and right, having absolute control here. Follows up with that side stick to simpLe. Is just going to be running off the right side. Don't even want to try, trying to keep their sacred mental as alive as possible. Not want to, you know, don't want to give yourself that disadvantage, but they are sticking to the Mordex, so they are dedicated to this pick.
What is happening, man? This This is definitely one of the weirdest sets I think I have ever seen. You know, especially even for EU when crazy things are always happening in these tournaments. But one of the things that you always gotta be is expect the unexpected. But yeah, this set is definitely super strange. Swata going from making so many mistakes in the second game to basically playing super solidly in the third. So I'm not gonna lie. I don't really know what's gonna happen in this game 4. I don't know which version of the players we're gonna see.
Anything can happen. If there's anything that the Winter Championship of Europe should tell you, it's that literally anything can happen. We're gonna have to wait and see what kind of outcome we are getting, though simpLe and Swata are having a very, very even matchup and fight so far. Swata on that sword. Oh, simpLe, nice. It's there, able to find that in neutral. Gets back up with it as well. Swata now finally on the hammer. simpLe having no weapon. This could be dangerous, but Swata has a little bit of that damage disadvantage, so they're gonna have to be playing a little bit more careful. The Scythe can struggle to KO, but if you know what options to use when, you're not gonna have too much of a problem with it. simpLe, though, is gonna have a problem with recovering back to the stage, using the wrong dodge there to be able to get back up. Very scary to be against Swata's hammer off stage.
Yeah, dude, I mean, there's just a lot happening in these matches right now. simpLe trying to get back, but unfortunately messed up on the recovery. But Swata looking to get the punish there. simpLe doing so good with keeping that pressure off stage. Unfortunately, it will not come to anything, but the recovery will find its mark. And that will be 2 stocks now for Swata in this game right here. But, I mean, this is top 8 qualifiers, and this is weird.
It's so weird. Yeah, absolutely. It's incredibly weird, but it is what it is, and we're rolling with it. These players are definitely rolling with it, trying to make the absolute best of their situation so far. Nice nair coming out from Swata to get back to as well. Oh my god, Swata is popping off. Swata just flipped a switch. I'm gonna be completely honest. Swata just flipped some sort of switch. I don't know which one it is, but somewhere in his brain, some worker just flipped a switch, and it's allowing Swata to pop off so far with almost a full stock lead. 1 KO away from not only not allowing simpLe to get to top 8, but win yourself that top 8 position.
Yeah, this is tournament stock here for simpLe. He's got to figure something out right now. I mean, I know he opted into the Tai Long, and I know he's probably feeling good on it, but I feel like this is one of those moments where if it really comes down to it, I mean, you do have the Bode Bar, you do have that in your back pocket, but opting with the Tai Long, I mean, he's just got to get a lot more of these hits in, because he's just not doing the damage. Unlike the Bode Bar with the hammer and the sword there to follow.
There it is.
That is going to be it for Swata in 3-1 fashion. He will advance to top 8, and that's one of the weirdest sets that I've cast. That's one of the weirdest.
I can't believe this is happening. I can't believe this is happening. Not only is Swata entering top 8 on the loser side, but simpLe isn't even entering top 8. I swear to God, everyone's predictions on all of Twitter just got ruined from this one set, from this incredibly unfortunate